Happy Thursday, everybody. It's the 26th day of December 2019. This is Wake Up Wenatchee Valley. Thanks for starting your day with us here on the NCW Live channel. I'm Dan Kuntz, your host. Christmas 2019 is in the books, but we're still right smack dab in the middle of the holiday season. And if traffic this morning is any indication, there's a lot of people who are taking today off and tomorrow off. It's that time of the year, a little downtime for everybody. I hope you had a great Christmas. Hope you got what you wanted. I hope the big guy treated you well. I hope you got to spend yesterday with family and friends. I know I did. It was another blowout for my family. Good times. Now it's back to work, but as I promised you a couple of days ago, I'm here and Megan, my teammate, is here, and we're here working, but we're not going to work real hard today, all right? Lots going on today. My interview in the back half of the hour, we taped this last week. Dr. Paul Gordon, the superintendent of the Wenatchee School District. Lots going on with the school district, of course. It's been in the news quite a bit lately. The big story is they got 2 vacancies, and they need to get them filled, and the deadline is coming up. I believe the deadline is January 6th, and they only have 4 applicants so far for 2, count them, 2 vacancies. My conversation with Dr. Paul Gordon will come your way in the back half of the hour. It is Thursday. Kennel Cameos is a regular staple of this program. On Thursdays, Bright Eyes the Cat Needs a Home. We'll check in with that. Also, we'll have all the latest sports. Everybody's still abuzz about beast mode. In fact, we're going to play the entire press conference with Marshawn Lynch coming up here during sports. If you blink, you miss it. Plus, we have the obscure holiday today in history. We got some celebrity birthdays to pass along to you. Also, Mike McNaughty's got an opinion. And as far as the weather is concerned, kind of quiet, kind of blasé, kind of really nothing going on. Typical late December weather. Could get a flake or 2 coming up over the weekend, but don't bet on it. And we'll also take you up to the major mountain passes on what's sure to be a busy travel day, but things are looking pretty good up in the Cascades. A couple of minutes after the hour, it's clear skies, beautiful morning, a little on the chilly side. If you park outside and you're going someplace this morning, it's a windshield scraping kind of day, 23 degrees. Let's take you around the valley with our Valley View cameras, courtesy of Local Sky-Fi High-Speed Wireless. Spectacular view from the cross camera this morning. Isn't that just lovely? Really good stuff there. That's the camera we use more than any other camera because it has just an incredible view of all kinds of different things we can zoom in on and take a look at as news develops through the course of the day. It's a great traffic tool for us, and it's a 4K camera, so it's got 4 times the resolution as a normal high-definition camera, and even that is pretty darn good. So we have a beautiful morning. Sun's not going to be up for a while yet, 7:47. That's kind of where sunrise has been for the last few days since the winter solstice, and will be for a couple more days. But the sunset is going to be a little bit later. It's at 4:16 this afternoon, so 8 hours and 29 minutes of daylight for us here in the Wenatchee Valley. And we're going to have partly sunny skies for most of the day today. Camera 2 is Megan's choice, and she says this looks really cool, and it does look really cool. I don't know what it is. That's the monitor camera. Thank you, Megan. Okay, so we're looking out towards the Cashmere area. Look at all the snow and the Cascades. So way out there in the distance is Cashmere. Again, very light traffic. We are, of course, our studios are right here in downtown Wenatchee on Chelan Avenue, and normally there's quite a bit of traffic as people try and get to work or whatever it is they're doing. If they have a deadline of being there by 7 o'clock, normally there's quite a bit of traffic around Chelan Avenue downtown. There isn't any, and there's neither a great deal of traffic out there on the highway that connects the Wenatchee Valley to Monitor, Cashmere, and places to the northwest. Camera number 3. We're off to see that area there. It's a spectacular view of, that's Hose Landing. Thank you. Thanks, Megan. Oh, that's Rock Island. See, that's the Rock Island camera. Okay, there we go. Thanks, Megan, for filling me in on that. So you can't see the Rock Island Golf Course, which is fine because it doesn't have any lights on it. You can see the area in and of Rock Island. You can make out the Malaga area off in the distance. The cross camera way up in the upper right-hand corner of your screen. Again, it's clear and 23 degrees. Not going to warm up a great deal. We'll be just about normal. As a matter of fact, for our afternoon high, we hit 36 degrees on Christmas Day, by the way. And finally, camera number 4. That is got to be, don't tell me, Stamen Flats. That's Hose Landing. That's Hose Landing. Okay. I wanted to say Stamen Flats. It can't be. Bacon says maybe, I don't know. It's a camera along the Columbia River. That looks like it would be the Hose Landing camera, I'm guessing. I'm thinking that's Andy we're looking at. Again, I'm kind of, it's dark. If there's enough residual light from the street lights and businesses and homes, the camera lens will automatically switch to color, but if it's simply too dark, it switches to black and white and tries to let in as much light as it can. It is Hose Landing. Thank you. That has now been confirmed by my producer, Megan. That is Hose Landing. So that is the Aniat area that we're looking at in the Columbia River and Lake Aniat. So there we go. It's nice to be able to use a lot of our cameras. Last week we had such cloudy, foggy weather. A lot of our cameras were simply unusable. There was nothing we could see, so we were having to stick with the cameras at the lower elevations, like the Cascadian and the Orondo Rock camera, but not today. In fact, we have quite a bit of sunshine from the National Weather Service. 6 minutes after the hour from Patriot Plumbing, Heating and Cooling. They give your home a hug. There's just not a lot out there. It's just kind of quiet. Very typical weather. There's a weak weather system that could give us, and I mean just a slightest chance of some light snow tonight. The chance is so light, we didn't even put it up. It's like a 25% chance of snow tonight. And if we get any snow at all, it's barely going to skip the surface, maybe a little bit in the upper elevations, a little bit in the passes. That's about it. So partly sunny today and a high of 32 degrees. We have a slide to let you know what we're looking at for the weekend. There's really nothing, again, out there. It's just, according to the National Weather Service, there are no storm systems that they can see throughout all of next week, right into the new year. So as you see there, just some morning clouds and fog, burns off to some sunshine in the afternoon for most of our viewing area. Outside of that, just a little bit of light snow, possible Friday, possible Sunday. But again, it's so minute, we didn't even put it up. And maybe a little bit of light snow, a shot of light snow is possible on or around Tuesday of next week. But just there's nothing really out there. It's just very quiet. So to recap, partly sunny today, a high of about 32 degrees. Partly sunny, partly cloudy, take your pick. 25 for the overnight low tonight, just the slightest chance of a stray snowflake tonight. Don't bet on it. Quite a bit of sunshine expected Friday. We'll warm up a degree. We'll pop top off at about 33 degrees. Patchy fog and a couple of clouds form on Friday night, 24 for the overnight low. If you're looking for sunshine for the weekend, it ain't going to happen. Saturday, lots of clouds, maybe a morning snowflake. High of about 31 Saturday night, although the snow level is going to be at 900 feet, and that's us. Again, there's no moisture in the atmosphere, so we're not expecting any snow at all. Just about a 20% chance of snow on Saturday night, 26 for the overnight low. Sunday, rainy, maybe. It's going to warm up to 36. Could get a little bit of rain. It could mix with snow at times, but again, there's just a slightest chance of precipitation on a Sunday. So it could be a rain-snow mix. If it happens at all, it will be in the morning. Outside of that, lots of clouds. We're back to work on Monday with quite a bit of sunshine. Although the snow level is going to be at 700 feet, we're going to be too warm for that, 37 for the high temperature on Monday. I want to take you to Tuesday night. That's New Year's Eve proper. Slight chance of rain. Snow level goes down, but there's really nothing out there. 32 for the overnight low, and on New Year's Day, partly sunny and a high of about 40 to kick back and welcome a new year and a new decade on Wednesday. Again, weather in a word, nothing. Quiet. It's just really not a lot out there. And thank goodness that's also the case for the mountain passes, because a lot of people will be traveling today over the Cascades on this day after Christmas, and there's nothing really to worry about. That's a live shot of I-90. No advisories, no restrictions, roadway bare and dry. Hop on in and head on down the road. Stevens, you're not going to have any problems at all there. It is bare and dry, a couple of patches of frost and ice, not going to hurt you at all. No avalanche control work is scheduled on any of the major mountain passes, no advisories, no restrictions on US 2, and you can just do the same thing for Blewett. The roadway is bare and dry, clear skies up above, everyone's in love. No advisories, no restrictions. Forecast today, a little bit of snow. That's it, about a half an inch. All they're going to get in the mountain passes. The only real snow accumulation we are expecting is tonight into Friday. So if you're traveling tonight into Friday morning, even though it's not going to be a lot of snow, 2 to 4 inches tops, and that's on Stevens Pass. But you know, obviously, if you get the lower pass like I-90, which is about 1,000 feet lower in elevation, they're probably not going to get any snow at all. So a couple of inches possible tonight, a couple of inches on Friday, and then absolutely zero snow in the forecast until we get to maybe Sunday night or Monday. So mountain passes, no problems. You're good to go. It's 10 minutes after the hour. We're going to take a break and come back with your Thursday morning news. You're watching Wake Up Wenatchee Valley. And this morning we're broadcasting live from Studio 3 in downtown Wenatchee on the NCW Live channel.
Winter is here, and CVCH wants to give your child a free sled to help them stay active. This January, plan to join us for a free event for the whole family. Free sleds, hot chocolate, and fun. For complete details, visit the CVCH Facebook page or check us out at cvchchillout.com.
We're back at 11 minutes after the hour on this Thursday. Just a couple of clouds out there. That's it, 23 degrees. Mostly sunny day. Clouds and sun, kind of a mix. We'll top off at about 32 degrees and no real snow at all in the forecast. Maybe a little bit on Saturday, but don't bet on it. Here's what's making headlines on this Thursday. An OMAC couple convicted last year of defrauding an elderly dementia patient will get a new trial. Kenneth and Theresa Knapp were convicted of first-degree theft from Kenneth's mother after they cut off her contact with her other family members and then allegedly drained her assets for their own use. But Okanagan County prosecutors used bank records for evidence without calling a bank custodian to testify to the authenticity of those records, and that's required by state law. The Court of Appeals on Tuesday said the case must be retried in Okanagan County Court. Kenneth Knapp was originally sentenced to 6 months in jail. Theresa served 45 days. Well, uncertainty over Initiative 976, that's the $30 car tab measure that was passed by voters in November. Well, that led the State Department of Licensing to delay sending December renewal notices by 5 to 6 weeks, and that means many of the more than 500,000 notices statewide won't arrive until after the tabs have actually expired. Now, normally December notices are sent in early November, but at that point, the Department of Licensing wasn't sure about the fate of I-976 and didn't want to send out notices with the incorrect amount owned. That's according to a spokesperson. Now, the measure was to go into effect on December 5th, but on December 3rd, the Washington State Supreme Court put I-976 on hold while challenges to its legality worked their way through the court system. The state says notices for January renewals were sent out on time. The Seattle Times quoted the State Patrol official as saying troopers have been advised to use discretion with motorists who have their tabs expire this month. Well, Lake Transit has some new and better tools to help bus riders get around. The Wenatchee Valley Mass Transit Agency says smartphone users can now grab the MyStop mobile app to plan their trip. They can locate their bus and they can even figure out how long it's going to take for the service to arrive. Link also plans to use the information gathered through the app and its GPS system to help make routing and scheduling decisions in the future. Wenatchee's YMCA announced last week it has opened a new teen-only center with games, equipment, dedicated staff, and activities planned weekly. The new hangout at 217 Orondo is open from 3:30 to 8 o'clock Monday through Friday. Admission is free to all teens. You don't even need to be a member of the Y to take care of it. Stemilk Growers, the region's largest fruit company, played Santa this last weekend to scores of children in foster care and low-income households. Stemilk and its employees partnered with Hanson Fruit to provide gifts to 170 kids in the Wenatchee Valley and in the Yakima area. The toys and gifts filled Stemilk's conference room, and it's a big conference room, as you can see here, until they were distributed. And finally, on this Thursday morning, dropping your glass into a curbside bin is something you can't do in the city of Leavenworth, but a local nonprofit group aims to find new use for old bottles. Our very own Jefferson Robbins filed this report.
It's been months since Leavenworth residents could drop a glass bottle in their recycling bin without fear. Wenatchee Valley customers aren't affected, but back in spring, Waste Management phased out curbside glass recycling in Leavenworth, in part because there's no reliable market for it.
This is an effort from Waste Management on a larger scheme for all of Eastern Washington to cut back on that contamination. And so it goes city by city and county by county when the contracts are up, in order for the city to say, we acknowledge the guidelines and we will remove glass from our recycling.
There's no service that turns old glass into new glass anywhere in central or eastern Washington, and it tends to contaminate other recyclable materials like cardboard and paper.
And with a community that has numerous tasting rooms and numerous restaurants, seeing glass go into the landfill was a little heartbreaking. Even though it's an inert material, it takes up a lot of volume and it takes up a lot of weight. Ariana
Jones's nonprofit association, Waste Loop, wants to divert that glass out of the Leavenworth waste stream. The group acquired a glass crusher donated by Sleeping Lady Mountain Resort and started a pilot program with bottlers Eagle Creek Winery and Honey June Kombucha to turn their disused bottles into cullet, a sand and pebble material that used to be beverage bottles.
You can utilize it as fill. Some communities have partnered with the DOT, so the Department of Transportation, to utilize it along roadways. So it can be really utilized in any place that sand and gravel is.
To follow up, Waste Loop has hosted a series of local glass drop-offs where Leavenworth residents could bring their own glass in for crushing. Now they're looking for places where the cullet can be put to good use.
We're trying to give the call out for the community as well, for entrepreneurs and other businesses to find beneficial reuse for it.
You can contact Waste Loop on Facebook or at wasteloop.org. Jefferson Robbins, NCW Life.
Thank you for that report, Jefferson. We appreciate it. That's what's making headlines on this Thursday, the 26th day of December. News crew will be back after taking yesterday off, and we'll have a news forecast. We'll have a weather forecast for you, but we'll have a newscast tonight at 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock, and 10 o'clock. And with the preview, here's the anchor, Grant Olson.
Good morning, Dan, and I hope you all had a nice Christmas. Coming up tonight on the NCW Life Evening News, newly selected Moses Lake City Administrator Allison Williams reflects on her time in Wenatchee City government. We'll have our weekly Kennel Cameos feature from the Wenatchee Valley Humane Society. I'll have your complete North Central Washington weather forecast, and Eric Granstrom will be in with a look at sports. That and much more coming up tonight on the NCW Life Evening News at 5, 6, and 10. We hope to see you then. Dan?
Thank you, Grant. And as Grant mentioned, it's also available on demand, by the way, if you want to. You can check it out by going to our website at ncwlife.com. We'll have the newscast up and running right around 5 o'clock. So if you consume your news via your smart device or your smart TV or whatever, and you use the World Wide Web, that's fine with us, just as long as you check out our news and keep yourself in the loop. Be an informed viewer. Check out the bottom of your screen. Those are all the tools that we've made available for you to get a hold of us. You can email us, news@ncwlife.com, news@ncwlife.com. You can use our website, ncwlife.com. There's a Contact Us icon at the top of the screen. Click on that, fill out the form, and we get it. You can call us if you so desire, or go to our Facebook page. Drop us a little note via Facebook Messenger. We love to hear from you, our viewers. It's 18 minutes after the hour. When we come back, sports, the obscure holiday. We have today in history. We got some birthdays for you. Kennel Cameos. Everyone's entitled to Mike McNarty's opinion, and my conversation with Dr. Paul Gordon, the superintendent of the Wenatchee School District. A good conversation, too. You don't want to miss that. Lots going on. You're watching Wake Up Wenatchee Valley live this morning from Studio 4 in downtown Wenatchee on the NCW Life channel.
Highlander Grill and Golf Course is known as one of the finest wedding venues in the Wenatchee area. You do not have to be a member to come to Highlander. Highlander Golf Course offers a first-class backdrop for your wedding day. Our friendly professional staff will ensure your wedding and reception is picture perfect, from every moment leading up to the I do's to when the lights go down at the end of your reception. Hi, I'm Shalane, site coordinator for Highlander Grill. Give me a call to schedule your event today.
Contractors, furniture makers, and weekend do-it-yourselfers around North Central Washington will tell you that Lombard's Hardwood Supply is the place to get what you need. Lombard's full millwork shop can handle jobs large or small. Lombard's has a full line of interior and exterior doors available, as well as custom barn doors. From alderwood to zebrawood and everything in between, it's Lombard's Hardwood Supply on School Street in Sunny Slope. Like us on Facebook and check out our monthly special. And we're back here at Studio 5 here in downtown Wenatchee, 20 minutes after the hour. Just a couple of clouds, 23 degrees. We'll get up to 32, but we'll have more sunshine than clouds on this day after Christmas. Let's talk sports. To all those who are close to him, they say Marshawn Lynch is really happy to be back in the Emerald City playing football for the Seahawks, but the 12-year NFL veteran is still a tad leery of the media, so to speak, so it's not surprising that his first press conference after he signed with the Seahawks lasted exactly 14 seconds.
Appreciate it. Thank you. Yep.
What brought you back this time?
Happy holidays. Merry New Year. Y'all have a great day. It's a great feeling to be back. Thank you.
That's it. That's the whole press conference. But, of course, Marshawn Lynch is one of those whose actions speak louder than his words. He'll let others do the talking while he just goes out and plays. Linebacker Bobby Wagner says he's real happy to see beast mode back.
So see those guys back in the building is definitely pretty cool. So excited to see those guys run the ball again, and we'll go from there.
How is Marshawn a different person now than when he left in 2015?
I think naturally you mature with age, and you go away, and like you said, he's traveled and seen a lot, done a lot, been in Oakland a little bit, Seems like he's in a different country every single time I text him. So I think he's experienced a lot, and he has a lot of knowledge to give to everybody in the room.
You played against him last year. I mean, do you think, can he still be kind of the Marshawn Lynch of old on the field, do you think? Or?
I definitely feel like, anything this dude puts his mind to it, he can get it done. So, I'm excited to have him back, excited to see him run the ball. And like I said, whenever he puts his jersey and pads on, he's a guy that no one wants to tackle, no matter how long he's taking off.
Also happy to see him back in his Seahawks uniform, his head coach, Pete Carroll.
He brings a lot to the table. He's as physical a player as I've ever been around, as great a competitor as I've ever been around. And so when you get to add somebody like that, to your team, it only helps and enhances kind of the mentality that we already cherish anyway. So, we'll find out how he can play and how he does. It's been a little while off. He looks great in the first couple looks at him as far as his conditioning and all of that. His weight's down. He's in a really good spot for coming and going for it. He was very serious about getting ready for this opportunity, and the stroke of misfortune on some regards really opens up a door, which it happens at times, and he's ready to take full opportunity at hand and see what he can do to help us.
Of course, Lynch and former Seahawk running back Robert Turbin were signed on Tuesday to help fill the gaps left because we have injuries, lots of injuries. Chris Carson out, Rashard Penny out, C.J. Procise ain't going to be able to play for the rest of the year. Seattle's going to need all the help it can get. The Niners are coming to town Sunday. It's the regular season NFL finale. The NFC West is on the line, maybe the potential of a #1 seed in the playoffs. It will kick off Sunday night, 5:20 on NBC. The Washington State Cougars are in Phoenix. The Cheez-It Bowl is tomorrow night. They're taking on Air Force. Washington State coach Mike Leach says he's very happy to have that extra time to prepare for Air Force's offense. They run the triple action attack.
Well, I think it's challenging. It's a challenging offense because everybody's got to do their job and do their assignment, and that's what's key is to synchronize it all and everybody do what they're coached to do.
Air Force obviously runs it well. How do you make sure that you're able to stop it, but more importantly, make sure that they don't have elongated drives and you're able to get the ball back to your offense?
Well, I guess the same, the same way we do. I think both offenses present their challenges, but you can't overlook the defenses because both defenses have been preparing for quite a while too.
Does that help having more than a week to be able to prepare for this squad?
Probably. I don't know for sure, but it probably does. As long as everybody's you're getting good, crisp work, which I thought we did.
Cougars and Air Force. The Falcons kick off tomorrow night at 7:15. They played at Chase Field, which is the home of the Arizona Diamondbacks baseball team, and it will be televised on ESPN. A few of our area high school basketball teams back in action tonight after the holiday break. In girls basketball tonight, Wenatchee will take on Lewiston in the first round of the Avista tournament. It's in Clarkston. They tip it off at 6 o'clock. Waterville Mansfield girls are in the Palouse to face Garfield Palouse at 6:30. Boys basketball, Eastmont and Wenatchee are also in Clarkston for the Avista tournament. The Wildcats will take on Walla Walla this afternoon at 4:30. Wenatchee will take on Lewiston tonight at 7:30. And of course, it's Thursday. That means hockey night here on the NCAA Live channel. Tonight's game features the Wild and the Salmon Arm Silverbacks from the Town Toyota Center from December 13th. Our checker has the call starting at 7 here on your television home for the Wenatchee Wild. And by golly, that's us, the NCAA Life channel. And those are just some of the games that people are playing on this Thursday. It's 25 minutes after the hour. It is Boxing Day. Not necessarily a big event here in the United States, but for areas that were under the domain of the British Empire and in England proper, it's still a very big day. It's also one of the busiest shopping days of the year in Great Britain, in Canada, in Australia. Boxing Day is not about putting on gloves and going into a ring and hitting each other. Boxing Day is basically you put something in a box and you give a gift to somebody who had been providing you service throughout the course of the year, like a hairdresser or your mailman, or if you have a housekeeper, that kind of deal. Boxing Day in Great Britain, also a lot of the wealthier members of English society, they will switch roles with their servants. So the day after Christmas, the master of the house becomes the butler, and the butler gets to order the master around for a day. It is Boxing Day when they reverse roles. And it's a huge thing in Great Britain. It's not so much here. Today is, in the United States, it's go back to where the present came from and return it for a different present day. I think it's your obscure holiday today, 26 minutes after the hour. Today in history. Today is the 100th anniversary of one of the greatest baseball deals ever. That is the actual agreement signed by the Boston Red Sox and the New York Yankees. Again, it was 100 years ago today, December 26, 1919. Babe Ruth is sold from the Boston Red Sox to the New York Yankees by the owner of the Boston Red Sox, Harry Frazee. The cost was $125,000. That's what Harry Frazee got from the Yankees, plus a personal loan of $300,000 to Harry Frazee from the owner of the Yankees, and he put up Fenway Park itself as collateral, and it began the famous curse of the Bambino. Over the following 83 years after the Yankees acquired Babe Ruth, the Yankees would win 39 American League pennants and 26 World Championships. The Boston Red Sox would win 4 pennants and 0 World Championships until they finally broke the curse in 2004. Babe Ruth from the Red Sox to the Yankees 100 years ago today. December 26, 1963, Capitol Records couldn't wait any longer. About 10 days before December 26, 1963, a local DJ at a Washington, D.C. radio station began to play an imported copy of I Want to Hold Your Hand. His girlfriend, the disc jockey's girlfriend, was a stewardess, and she was flying from London. She was in London, and she grabbed a copy of this 45 because it was just breaking out all over the place in Great Britain, and she flew it with her to Washington, D.C. She gave it to her boyfriend, who played I Want to Hold Your Hand on the air over and over and over again. Now, Capitol had already planned to release I Want to Hold Your Hand by the Beatles in a few more weeks, but the airplay dictated that they just got to get this baby out now. And so on December 26, 1963, I Want to Hold Your Hand on one side, I Saw Her Standing There on the other, was released by Capitol Records in the United States, and Beatlemania in this country began in earnest 56 years ago today. And finally, December 26, 1991, 28 years ago today, there's the headline from the New York Times. For the Soviet Union, they're done. The Supreme Soviet of the Soviet Union meets. Gorbachev says, we're done. We're done. We tried. Sorry, Vladimir. Sorry, gang, but we're done. And the Soviet Union officially ceased to exist 28 years ago today, which pretty much ended the Cold War, I guess. 29 minutes after the hour, birthdays. Speaking of the Cold War, Mao Zedong, Chairman Mao, the founding father of the People's Republic of China, was born in this state in 1893. He ruled China with an iron fist. A very controversial person, obviously one of the most influential people, one of the half dozen most influential people of the 20th century. But this is a stunning statistic. He was born in this day, by the way, in 1893, died at the age of 82 in 1976. A recent survey found that 42% of American millennials have never heard of Chairman Mao, have no idea who this guy is. Our education system is letting us down in that respect. Chairman Mao, born in this state in 1893. Steve Allen, the American actor, the talk show host, singer, songwriter, the original host of The Tonight Show, had his own primetime series for quite some time, very popular entertainer, born in the state in 1921, passed away in the year 2000 at the age of 78. He also is my good friend Steve Harris, one of Steve's favorite entertainers was Steve Allen. A couple of baseball Hall of Famers. Carlton Fisk, 72 years old today, caught forever in Major League Baseball. First, of course, with the Boston Red Sox, and later on with the Chicago White Sox, the great Carlton Fisk. He's in the Hall of Fame. He's 72 years old today. A lot of people think Ozzie Smith may be the greatest shortstop of all time. I think he has a legitimate claim, at least in the top 5, the great Ozzie Smith, the Wizard. He's in baseball's Hall of Fame, inducted in 2002. He's 65 years old today. And one of my favorite radio hosts and comedians, this guy just cracks me up, David Sedaris. I read his stuff all the time. When his Santaland Diaries first hit the stores, was on National Public Radio back in 1992. I just laughed and laughed and laughed. He's written all kinds of essays and books. He hosts a radio show. He's a funny, funny guy, David Sedaris. I love his sense of humor. He's 63 years old today. Before we take a break and introduce you to Bright Eyes the Cat, a friendly reminder, we're down to the last few days of this Campbell's Destination deal. Now, I have not confirmed this yet, but I'll be confirming, talking with the folks at Campbell's either today or tomorrow on whether they're going to extend this deal into January. But in case they don't, you're down to just the last few days of taking advantage of this deal. Again, all you have to do is be a local, be from the North Central Washington area, give Campbell's a call, tell them I live here and I want to just get away from it all and chill at beautiful Lake Chelan on a lovely winter's day, and you can get a room at Campbell's starting at just $95 a night. Again, it's only for the locals, but can you believe that? You can get a room starting at just $95 a night at Campbell's. Hey, ours is not the question why. Campbell's Resort, give them a call. And again, they might extend this into January. I'll know more by probably tomorrow, Monday at the latest. All right, 32 minutes after the hour. Mike McKnight's got an opinion, plus my interview with Dr. Paul Gordon, the superintendent of the Wenatchee School District. You don't want to miss that. But first things first, Bright Eyes the Cat Needs a Home. It's Kennel Cameos with Megan McPherson.
Hey everyone, Megan here with the NCW Life Channel. We're here with Renee Parkins at the Wenatchee Valley Humane Society, and Bright Eyes is joining us this week. He's a little shy, so he's going to stay in his kennel right now. Can you tell us about Bright Eyes?
Yeah, so Bright Eyes was brought in with 3 other cats. Their person passed away, and so he is the last one. He's gone through some changes and tough times. Having a little bit of a struggle at the shelter. He's kind of shy, but what we found out is once he warms up to you, he loves pets on the head, but he's going to need the person who really understands what a shy cat entails. A very quiet household, as you saw, just us talking in here kind of made him nervous because he's not used to us, so he's going to need a quiet home with adults only. He does like other cats, so that's a plus. We don't know about dogs, but he is so handsome and he is so ready for a new home.
And if someone's interested in adopting him, what should they do?
They just need to come down to the shelter. They can take him into one of our meet and greet rooms, get to know him, make sure he's going to be that right fit. And he might be one of those ones that you kind of warm up to at their cat condo. He also is declawed, so he would be an indoor only cat, so that's a really important factor to them.
The Wenatchee Valley Humane Society is located at 1474 South Wenatchee Avenue and is open Monday through Friday from 11 a.m. to 6 p.m. and Saturday and Sunday from 11 a.m. to 3 p.m. Give them a call at 509-662-9577 or visit their website at wenatcheehumane.org. This has been Kennel Cameos at the Wenatchee Valley Humane Society.
Bring the whole family up to Stormy Mountain Brewing and local public house in historic downtown Chelan. Applewood smoked brisket, street-style tacos, and our award-winning barbecue rubs and sauces. Our meals pair perfectly with our exciting lineup of craft ales, made right here in Chelan. We've got room for big groups, or give us a call for catering. So grab the kids and check out the fun at Stormy Mountain Brewing and local public house located in the heart of Chelan.
When you think of Doghouse Motorsports, you might think of motorcycles, but there's a lot more in this house. How about Honda power equipment? From snow blowers to lawnmowers to generators and even water pumps, Honda is the brand that sets the standards. Perhaps you need an ATV or UTV. The Doghouse has the largest selection anywhere. Did we mention watercraft and snowmobiles? And of course, we have motorcycles too. Back it up with terrific customer service and you have Wenatchee's best motorsports store 5 years running. Isn't it time for you to be in the Doghouse?
Travel enhances your life in every way. Let the travel professionals at Journey Travel and Tours help you plan that dream vacation. Don't leave the important details to those nameless, faceless online agencies. At Journey Travel and Tours, our goal is to build relationships that last a lifetime. And when you do need help, we have a 24-hour helpline that is routed to one of the agents in our office. When you think travel, think Journey Travel and Tours. It's where your journey begins. Like us on Facebook, and you could be one of our monthly winners.
Some jobs are a calling. They call on something higher, something deeper, and a commitment to country that never dies. At Gisa Credit Union, we help you support local veterans. With every purchase you make with a Gisa Local Heroes Affinity debit card, we make a donation to select veterans organizations. After all, we can never repay them, but we can do our best to help a little with the Gisa Veterans Affinity debit card.
We're here because of the children, because the children need to be protected. Their needs aren't being met.
They didn't ask for any of this stuff. It's not their choices that got them here.
The more adults that a child has that love them, the better off they are.
Children need a whole community to raise them. And if we can do any little thing, it makes a big difference in the child's life.
Hey, this is Mike Mad Dog McNulty, and everybody is entitled to my opinion. Now, I go on Facebook every day, and since I have friends on all sides of the political spectrum, I see posts slamming Donald Trump, also vilifying liberal politicians, claims of misbehavior thrown at people on both sides of the political and partisan spectrum. But what I don't see is people on either side being willing to criticize those in their own party when such folks screw up. Now, what you never hear is something like this. Now, Trump is a pig when it comes to women, but he's doing good things for the economy. Or, I'm a Democrat, but it bothers me when leaders of my party display blatant intolerance of the opinions and situations of others. Now, this disingenuous on both sides only leads to the alienation of those of us who are unaligned. The ones who are really going to make a difference. This is Mike Mad Dog McNulty, and that's my opinion.
Let Fitterers Furniture help you turn your dreams into reality with their exciting selection of quality furnishing and accessories. Whatever style you are looking for, you will find beautifully crafted furniture of exceptional value and the unmatched Fitterers customer service to make this shopping experience one you will keep coming back to. Make a point of visiting Fitterers Furniture in downtown Ellensburg.
Quality, selection, and service since 1896.
Reinventing FaceTime here at Blue Lagoon Pool and Spa, a new family-owned and operated business located in the heart of downtown Wenatchee. Owner Andrew Vickery brings forth years of experience to help you transition your backyard into a place where memories are made, family time is looked forward to, and friends are always welcome. Blue Lagoon Pool and Spa offers many different styles and sizes of artesian spa. Let us help you add hydrotherapy to your already healthy lifestyle.
You've seen their rigs all over town. It's Young Bucks Landscaping. Licensed, bonded, and insured, Young Bucks Landscaping is providing the Wenatchee Valley with quality landscape installation and maintenance. You may be thinking of tree pruning, stump grinding, fall yard maintenance, or any host of home care projects. Let the hardest working, dependable staff of Young Bucks Landscaping handle the task. For more information, call 509-470-5684. Young Bucks Landscaping.
Welcome back to Wake Up Wenatchee Valley. It is a lovely spring day here in the Wenatchee Valley. We have set up shop inside the office of Dr. Paul Gordon, of course, is the superintendent of the Wenatchee School District. He's had the gig for about 6 months, and we thought we'd catch up with Paul. We saw him in late August, right before the school year started, Paul. And we're back at it here as we wrap up 2019. Look forward to 2020. First of all, thanks for doing this. We appreciate it, Paul.
Absolutely, Dan.
It's always good to see you. Always good to see you. When you came on board in summertime, you had a distinct plan, a timeline, if you will, in 3 parts: listening, learning, getting to know people, getting out and about. That is now basically wrapped up that process over the course of the last 6 months. Talk about your first 6 months on the job, Paul.
Well, first, again, thank you for the interview and the opportunity to speak with you. The first 6 months, first, it's flown by. I just wrote to the staff the other day at how I can't believe how quickly it has gone by. We've had so many opportunities to engage different community members, community leaders, staff members, parents, students, just to really understand from their perspective our district and our valley. And it has been so helpful for me. As I've told people, it really has been the gift of this time for me to really listen. And we said right out front with everybody is, I'm not going to improve anything or change anything or fix anything right now. It really was an opportunity to listen, to get in and hear their stories about our district and our community, and it really was a great gift that I gave myself to be able to spend time with our community members.
It was a leap of faith to come here from Illinois, Colorado to Illinois, to little old Wenatchee town, USA. Your impressions after the 6 months, no regrets between you and your wife of coming here?
No, none. I mean, it's like you said, a beautiful day in Wenatchee. We got snow coming down. I feel like I'm in a snow globe. So it's been great. It really has been really enjoying the outdoor environment, continuing to meet amazing people wherever we go, and really starting to build some friendships, which has helped with the transition.
You also inherited a pretty good leadership team when you came on board, not only here at the district office where we're located at now, but really all over the Wenatchee School District. The leadership team is pretty much intact, and so you have some people who kind of gave you a little bit of a head start. There were some things you didn't really have to worry about, did you?
No, and I think that's a great way of phrasing it. I have really good, strong people throughout our district who've helped me, I've been able to transition, I think, a little quicker than in maybe other school districts, because of the talent pool here is immense and deep. And they're really thoughtful about what we're trying to do for our students. We all recognize we have some work to do, but they've been really open and honest about where they're at as an individual and where they're at with their school or their department, whatever it may be. So it's been great to engage in those types of conversations, and as like I said, it's helped me learn our organization better with these really honest conversations that we're having on a regular basis about our students, about our staff, and about the work that we do on a daily basis.
It's somewhat ironic we're taping this interview in Paul's office, but you don't spend a lot of time in your office. And I've talked to teachers and administrators throughout the Wenatchee School District. You are out and about. You're not an office-bound kind of a guy.
No.
You like to jump off the diving board right into the deep end.
I think the only way for a superintendent to know what's happening is to be in our schools, to be out and about, and to really get a deep understanding of what's happening, and to see the instruction firsthand, to see the trainings that we're doing, and be there with our staff as they're working through some of the situations. And I think our staff appreciates it, knowing that they can just reach out to me if I'm in the hallway or at a training and just ask me questions and get to know me a little bit better. It's about that building that relationship, that it's hard to come into the superintendent's office. Most people don't. Mm-hmm. Most people are too busy doing their thing, so it's better when I'm out and about and we can have those conversations, those impromptu conversations when we're wherever we're at the school or at a sporting event. One of the best conversations was sitting at a powder puff up in the stands and having a great conversation with a teacher for a good 40 minutes around her work and her ideas around our school district. It was fantastic.
Obviously, when we talk about the Wenatchee School District, probably the biggest thing that's been making the news lately over the last few months is the election cycle came and went. Your school board has undergone some drastic change. First of all, you're down to just 3. For the uninitiated, of course, Sonny Hemphill ran for re-election, was defeated by Martin Barron, who has already joined the board. Another member of the school board went down to defeat in a very strange election, in that the person who ran tried to get out because they were moving out of the Wenatchee School District, couldn't get their name off the ballot, ended up winning anyway, could not accept the position and did not accept the position. And then you had yet another member of the school board take a job in Seattle. She had to leave. So you went from 5 members to 3 members, including 1 new member. That gives you 2 vacancies. They need to be filled. And walk me through that. Where are we now as we get through the end of December and early January on the process of getting 2 new board members, Paul?
Yeah, great summary. So you're right. We have 3 sitting board members. We have our quorum. We're able to do our work, but we really do need the next 2 board members. So currently we have 4 applications in. Applications are due by January 6th at 4 p.m. The board will review those that night at 5 o'clock and make a selection of The candidates are going to interview on January 9th. January 9th, I think it's at 5 o'clock. They will set those interviews, and those will be open to the public. We will be live streaming those, and then after that, the board will go into executive session and make a decision about the 2 board members. We really, we have a very diverse community, and we would hope that our board reflects our community. So we're excited about this opportunity to be able to ask our community members to step forward, to serve. And what a great place to serve, and a great opportunity to serve students and staff members and do good work for our community. So I'm excited about it. I think our board's excited about it. I think if people have questions, they should reach out to our current board members and really ask them about the work that they're doing to get an understanding what does it mean to be a board member, because most people don't know. And that's why I'm always encouraging people to reach out to our current board members.
All you have to do, from a legal standpoint, you have to be a registered voter in the state of Washington. You have to be a U.S. citizen. You have to live within the physical confines of the Wenatchee School District. Outside of that, that makes you eligible. But that's just the baseline. After that, it's a commitment of time. It's a passion. It takes a certain kind of person to do this, right?
It does, and it's a person who sees the big picture. Somebody, board members aren't doing the day-to-day work. They have one employee, and that is me, the superintendent. And through that, they work through policies, they work through budgets, they work through the really big issues of a school district, setting that vision and mission. And we have big work going on in the coming months and years ahead of us. The board is going to be talking about, do they want to go forward with a new bond? Do we have, we have some of our facilities challenges. So that this next board will be talking about those issues. Our finances continue to be an issue that the board has to grapple with. At the end of the day, it's the board who votes on the budget and sets that direction. We're in the process of setting a new strategic plan. One of the most important things that our board does is set that direction for a school district. So this is that time for those community members who feel like they can give back to the community. This is a great opportunity to throw your name into the hat.
I've talked to a couple people, prospective applicants. I don't think they've actually formally applied. They said, I think I have the skill set. I care about the Wenatchee School District, but these are unexpired terms, and in 2 years, if I want the job, I got to run for re-election, and I don't want to do that. How do you respond to those people who think they might be good, but they just don't want to get into the election part of being in the school board?
And I get it. And this is why this one opportunity is really unique, because you don't have to campaign. You'll have to sit for an interview of roughly 30 minutes, talk about your why, basically, and here's that opportunity to get your feet wet. And again, some really important topics that are coming up to set the direction of this district for, quite honestly, a generation to come. It's that big of a conversation and that big of efforts that need to be moved forward in our district. I'm excited about people jumping in.
Are these positions going to be filled by mid-January, no matter what, no matter how many people apply in the interview process? The bottom line is you're going to have 2 new board members by a certain date, and that's it.
Yeah, we really need to be moving forward.
Okay.
I hope by our first regular meeting, January 14th, we have 5 board members. We have 2 new ones taking the oath of office right before the start of that meeting on January 14th. They're seated that night, and we can start moving forward. That night, we'll be talking about all of these different agenda items that we need to be working on and trying to find time where we can collectively come together and really have these conversations.
We can do better than 4 applicants, though.
We have to do better. We have an amazing community.
What's going on? We can do better than 4.
We have to do better.
Yeah.
Look, you get to work with me.
Well, there you go.
It doesn't get any better than that,
It doesn't get any better than that. Absolutely not. So again, just go to the Wenatchee School District's website. It's right on the very front page. You can't miss it. Fill out the form. It's very simple. And throw your hat into the ring, and you don't really know if you have the skill set unless you try, right?
I totally agree, because a board member, it really is unique. Every day is different, and it's really sitting up at that balcony level, seeing how an organization works and helping the organization move forward.
We are pretty much halfway through the school year as we're heading into the Christmas break. Kids don't go back to school for quite some time. First of all, from a personal standpoint, what are you going to do, Paul, over the next are you going to take a little bit of time off? Because
Yeah.
I know you pretty much work all the time, but you're going to get a little downtime during the
have
holidays.
a little downtime. I'm excited about it. My son
Yeah.
comes in this coming Sunday. Unfortunately, my daughter's not able to with her work schedule, so that's a little sad, but we're excited to get my son out here for that first week over the Christmas, over Christmas, and spend time with him. And then once he heads home, we're going to head off to Arizona for a few days.
Oh, good for you.
I know. Cannot wait to get into the sun and just kind of warm up for a little bit. But yeah, need a little downtime. We've been working hard. We've been trying to be anywhere and everywhere in our school district and throughout the valley this first 6 months.
One last question in regard to the school district itself, and you floated this idea to the board a few weeks ago, and I thought I'd touch on it. The idea of maybe carving up the Wenatchee School District as it physically lays out, the boundaries of it, into a district kind of a setup. Maybe, I don't know, 3 districts and 2 at large, or 2 and 3, or whatever. The impetus behind the idea, the thought behind that, and why you think that would be perhaps a good thing for the Wenatchee School District.
Yeah, thank you for bringing that up. I think it's really important that our board reflects our community. And our community is made up of an amazing Latino community, and we would love to see our board represented in that manner. So districting is one way that the city, we've leaned on the city. We've asked the city, how did you go about that process? And we were fortunate to be able to meet with Allison, and she kind of walked us through that process as a staff member. So that's going to be another piece that this board will be taking on. So what it allows you to do is saying, if it were to be broken up in 3 different districts and then 2 at large, those 3 districts would be distinct areas that you have to live within that area to throw in an application for that seat. So it gives us an opportunity to make sure our Latino community is represented. And it's an important aspect for us to continue to see leaders who look like our students.
One of the reasons that the city of Wenatchee went to the districting, 5 districts and 2 at large, was really there was a lot of reasons behind it, but one of the main impetuses behind it was to head off litigation. Quite frankly, they didn't want to get sued for not having a representative government. Is that even a concern for the Wenatchee School District on that?
I think it's always a concern.
Yeah.
I think we have to represent our community. I really do. I think it's just an important foundational piece of what we do, is saying when 50% of our students are Latino students, we should have at least a representation from the Latino community on our board and helping us lead in that manner.
Paul, I'm going to give you. We're out of time. I'm going to give you the last word, and we'll wrap it up with, again, there are 2 openings on the school board representing the Wenatchee School District. Sell your school district to prospective board members. Dr. Paul Gordon.
Yeah, this is an amazing school district. In the 6 months that I've been here, the people make the difference. And there are no better people to be working with who each day are committed to making a difference in the lives of our students. And that's why I think people should be throwing their name into this hat, is to be a part of the energy and the excitement that is building in our school district to truly make a difference in the lives of students. Not too often in our careers do we get this opportunity. And this board will have that opportunity to say, how are our students going to, what types of facilities do we want our students to be in and learning in? How do we finance it? And what type of strategic plan? How do we want our students learning? Those are the big ideas that this board will be grappling with. Again, I just go back to the 7,500 students. That's our #1 talking point. We do great work for our students, and this is an opportunity for a community member to step up and help us make a difference in the lives of our students. Whether you have a kid in the Wenatchee School District or not, you're getting something out of it, whether you go there or not. It's as simple as that. It's too important not to lean forward and not to give a damn, isn't it? It just is. I mean, education is the hub of any community. When we're successful, the entire community is successful, and board members are a critical component of that success or failure. We need people to step up and help us move our district forward.
Dr. Paul Gordon, the superintendent of the Wenatchee School District. Good to see you again, Paul.
It was great seeing you.
Have a great holiday season, and no school tomorrow. No school tomorrow. Paul, it's good to see you.
It's great seeing you.
You're watching Wake Up Wenatchee Valley. We'll be right back.
The world around us is constantly changing. Major employers in North Central Washington have expressed a need for capable, qualified engineering technologists who can think critically and solve problems. And at Wenatchee Valley College, we listened. We are pleased to offer a Bachelor of Applied Science Engineering Technology degree to provide you with a world of new opportunities. Your time is now. The future is waiting for you.
Hi, Justin here, owner of Club Crow Bar and Grill in Cashmere. Club Crow is your place for famous blues, brews, and barbecue. We are your one-stop bar and grill, serving breakfast, lunch, and dinner 7 days a week. Looking for a fun night out? Join us at Club Crow Saturday nights. We have live bands to rock the night away. Club Crow is bringing comedy to Cashmere. Check out our Facebook page for upcoming dates. Live jam session first Sunday of every month. Club Crow Bar and Grill in Cashmere, the coolest place in town.
When you call Dick's Heating and Air Conditioning, you get 35 years of experience and customer service in the Wenatchee Valley. Dick's friendly staff strongly believe in repairing before replacing and service all major brands of HVAC units. Dick's Heating and Air Conditioning is your local, independent, trained comfort specialists, proudly serving all of North Central Washington. Call 884-6444 today.
Transform your windows with a variety of colors and styles like the Allure Transitional Window Covering by Lafayette Interior Fashions. Hi, this is Darren with Mini Blinds & More. We can install the latest and greatest in technology to open and close your blinds with only a touch of a button. From the largest windows in your home to room darkening shades for the bedroom. From stylish shades for your entertainment room to custom blinds for those hard-to-fit places. We have a solution for all of your window covering needs. We offer a variety of window coverings from Lafayette Interior Fashions. Call us today. We are Mini Blinds & More, your local blind store.
And we are back on a pretty good-looking Thursday, the day after Christmas. Happy Boxing Day. Let's wrap up this program where we began this program just about an hour ago from the National Weather Service, your forecast. And as I mentioned just about an hour ago, here's your forecast in a word. That's about it. It's just really quiet. Temperatures are very seasonable. We get a little on the mild side on Sunday and Monday. Our normal high temperatures for this time of the year right around 31, 32 degrees, or normal overnight lows, or normally around 22 or 23 degrees. No significant storm systems out there. Just the slightest chance of a little bit of light snow tonight. I wouldn't bet on it. So we're going to start out with some partly sunny skies, and we're going to stay that way. Different, partly cloudy, partly sunny, back and forth. 32 for our high today. Again, just a light touch of snow is a possibility, but it's minute. Tonight we'll get down to about 25. Sunshine all day Friday. Not going to worry about any kind of cloud cover. 33 for our high temperature. And then the sun's going to be taking the weekend off. Saturday, just a slight chance of some light snow in the afternoon. It can mix with rain, but again, there's only about a 20% chance of precipitation on Saturday, spilling into Saturday night. Sunday, maybe a little bit of light snow on Sunday morning. Again, just don't see it happening. There's systems out there, but they're not packing. They're pretty weak, and they're really not packing any kind of punch, so there's really nothing to tell you about as far as the weather's concerned. It's just going to be that way for a while. By the way, the mountain passes are fine. There are no advisories, no restrictions. You're good to go. Very little snow expected in the mountain passes as well. Everybody have a fantabulous Thursday. We'll see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.